In this module, we are going to work on the topic of psychic dissociation, which, as I indicated, is one of the best techniques to overcome any emotional imbalance that you may experience throughout your life. If you have suffered a trauma, whether due to a relationship that did not work or due to other situations that may have affected you, it is best to dissociate as quickly as you can from what hurt you. That at the general level. Now, if the trauma you suffer is due to a relationship breakup, which is why the people consult me most in my therapy, and if you want to heal as quickly as possible from the pain you experience due to the trauma to which you have been subjected, it is best that you enter into a very rapid process of dissociation from the partner you had and that hurt you, about the relationship you were in, and above all, about the painful emotions you are experiencing because of that failed relationship. So, dissociation is a phase of the healing process that allows you to achieve all this much more efficiently. Throughout these years, I have treated hundreds of clients for problems of this type, and what achieves the most results is helping them to dissociate from what hurts them. Now, what is going to allow you to achieve dissociation in specific terms? Well, through dissociation, you will learn a series of techniques that will allow you to get away from what hurts you. And thanks to this, you will overcome those negative emotions that affected you so much. You will get out of the relationship you were in, and above all, you will stop transferring and projecting your emotional stability onto the person with whom you had a bond. Remember that what makes you suffer right now is that you are still linked to that person, even if you haven't seen him in a long time. So, what is the greatest benefit of emotional dissociation? Precisely that it allows you to break that bond, and therefore all the negative emotions that you might be experiencing because of that person who hurt your heart and from whom you want to dissociate, so that you can begin to build your future and your life again. Now, what problems do you face if you don't dissociate? Well, that you are going to continue living in that failed relationship and reliving the emotions and experiences that you suffered in a past time. Deep down, you will never be able to live in your present the way you would like to. That's why when someone comes to my office and tells me I am suffering from a past relationship or a breakup, or because I no longer want to be in a relationship and I don't dare to end it, in this case, I am clear that the fundamental thing here is to help him dissociate from that person, from that relationship, and the emotions he is facing because of what he experienced at that time. So, you could have ended that relationship, which was significant for you, many years could have passed, and still, you will continue to be linked to that person unconsciously. And that could lead you to try to resolve in your present relationship or in the relationships you had throughout these years the problems that you did not resolve in that relationship that was so significant and traumatic for you. If that person, for example, was unfaithful to you, you will spend your entire life fearing that your current partner will not be unfaithful to you, to give just one example. So, if you learn dissociation, this will help you separate yourself from what hurt you. You will regain control of your emotions, and above all, you will be able to dissociate yourself so much from the people who hurt you that not even those types of people will be able to control you. Because you are going to use a series of techniques that will enable you to control your psychic and emotional environment, which is the great advantage that you will achieve if you learn dissociation. Now, when dissociation is applied as psychic medicine, I use it mainly in cases in which a very marked process of attachment is observed on the one hand and emotional dependence on the other, that are associated with an undervaluation complex. So, if you have a hard time separating your ego state from other people, you clearly need to learn to dissociate from them and the emotions they generate in you. That said, let's get into it, and let's build the frame of reference you need to develop the ability to dissociate yourself from those people or circumstances in your life that subjected you to some type of emotional trauma. What are the phases of dissociation that we are going to be working on in this module? We have understanding, which is the phase in which you will be able to understand why the people who hurt you so much did it or continues to do it in the present. The same goes for situations. In this phase, we want you to develop an understanding of why you suffered that traumatic experience. Once we have achieved this understanding process, the next thing is to work on the acceptance, which, as its name indicates, is the phase in which I am going to help you accept what happened to you so that you can live with that affliction that you experienced. From this, we are going to work on your balance, which is the phase where you are going to put on a balance the bad things that you suffered because of that traumatic experience that you had, in contrast to the good things you obtained and that you continue to obtain thanks to that bad life experience. After this, in fourth place, we are going to work on the state of psychic perspective, which consists of helping you put into its proper dimension what you had to experience. This will allow us to move on to the next stage of this process, which is the phase of possibilities, which is the moment in which you are going to realize everything you are going to gain in the future thanks to the fact that you are no longer with that person who betrayed you or who hurt you, or also what you gain by not continuing to be linked to a situation that exposes you to the psychological traumas that hurt you so much. And finally, we are going to work on the sense or process of self-awareness, which is the moment in which you are going to discover what it was that you learned thanks to this bad experience, which in turn will allow you to achieve one of the great objectives of this program: make you much stronger on a psychic level than you were before, which, as you can see, is going to make it much more difficult for someone or something to hurt you again in the future. That said, let's now start building the psychic framework so you can learn dissociation. See you in the next section.